In the last video, I built the base units for my workshop, and today I'm finishing things off with this drawer unit. This is by far the highlight of everything I've built so far. The drawers are huge, they extend fully, and they give me complete access to all of my favourite tools. Honestly, I'd highly recommend building one of these yourself. I'll also be showing you what I learned the hard way about what happens when you use cheap drawer runners. Keep watching so you don't miss a thing. Oh, and if you're planning on following along at home, make sure to check out the plans. I'll leave a link down below. Because the first half of this build is very similar to the base unit I made previously, I'm not going to cover every single step again. If you want the full walkthrough, you can watch the previous video by clicking here. For those who haven't seen it, here are the key steps you'll need to tick off. First, use the cutting plans along with the track saw or table saw to break down all of your plywood to the right size. Next, take your side panels and cut out the bottom corner. This is going to create a recess for your feet and makes the unit sit properly once it's all installed. Then attach the bottom panel using clamps and pocket hole screws before fixing the top brace and the back panel in place. Once you've made the basic frame for that unit, you can fit it like I have here, because you won't need to get access to the outside. You can do everything else that you need to do from the front of the unit. It is time to move on to the 3 drawers that will go on the inside. And if you followed along with those plans, you should have everything already cut out. So here I've got the bottoms of each of those drawers, the fronts, the backs, and the sides as well. So everything is already cut out and ready to go. The first step is to drill all of the pocket holes in the various sides, just to make sure that we can screw all of these together nicely. I'll show you exactly where they should go. First up, it's the 2 sides of the drawers, and here you can see I've just got 3 holes drilled on the front here. That's all you're going to need on these. Then I've got the back of the drawers, and here I've drilled 3 on either end, and I think about 7 along the bottom here. And lastly, you've got the base of the drawer, and here I've gone for 5 at either end and about 7 again on the bottom. Okay, so now you've got all of your drawer pieces pre-drilled. I'm going to start off with the bottom here, and you can see that I've got the side with no holes pre-drilled facing me and facing down. So this edge here underneath doesn't have any pre-drilled holes. I'm then going to grab the back, and I'm going to put the side with the holes here facing down. And I'm going to use some long clamps just to make sure these don't move. Okay, then I'm going to grab one of the side pieces that I did earlier. And what we're essentially doing here is fitting that right there. So your 3 pre-drilled screws are facing the outside where the front of the drawer will be attached. And the easiest way to attach this is to lay down your side flat and then rest your drawer on it like that. Okay, now at this point you should have quite a strong drawer. The last thing we need to do is just get the drawer front fitted on, and you will have noticed that I didn't actually pre-drill any holes, and that's because you don't need to with the front. So same again with this, you just want to face this down. Make sure you've got your nice side facing down, because that's going to be the side that you see, and then rest your drawer on top of it. And before you do that, it will pay just to mark out 11 mil from the edge here, and just square that off. And do that on the other side as well. So here you can see now that I've got my drawer facing down on that drawer front, and I'm just using that 11 mil line that I did just to mark off the overhang, just to make sure we are perfectly even and symmetrical on both sides. And then it is just a case of drilling all of that down into place. And there you have it. That is one complete drawer. And the next thing you'll need to do is repeat that twice more, so you've got 3 of these in total. Now to install these drawers to the actual unit, I'm going to be using these 500mm drawer runners. I got these off Temu. I'll have a link in the description. Turns out I definitely won't. These are probably some of the worst drawer runners I've ever used, and later in the video you will see why. But go with it for now because the installation process is exactly the same. I'll be showing you the drawer runners I do recommend later on. And I'm going to just place them right at the bottom of the drawer here, and the tolerance on these 3 drawers is barely anything. I've accounted for about 1 mil in between each one, and because of that I'm actually going to put the first screw in whilst this is still attached. Right there, like that. And where possible I am using the holes that let you adjust as opposed to the single hole with no adjustment, just because if you use this one and you need to adjust things slightly, this is very difficult to do. So go for one of these, which lets you move it up and down slightly. I did decide to install each one of these drawers one at a time, just so I could make the adjustments to each runner as I moved along. The first drawer was probably the easiest because I just fit the first part of the runner directly to the bottom on the inside of the unit, as you can see here. And where I've got these installed, I'm making sure just to leave an 18mm gap in front of them, because that is where the front of the drawer will sit. Once you've got your drawer runner installed on the other side, you're ready to test your first drawer. Okay, moment of truth. They work. I do have to say, I'm a little bit worried about how strong these drawer runners will actually be once there's weight in here. I guess I'll just have to keep an eye on it. I'll move on to the next one. After spending what was probably an hour and a half with my friend Chris and installing all of these drawers, I've come to the conclusion that the Temu drawer runners that I brought are just not going to be up to the standard and heavy dutiness that I need. So I'm going to redo all of these. I've ordered some heavy duty hinges off of Amazon that did cost quite a bit more, but I'm hoping that these will be a lot better. As you can see, right, firstly, it's really struggling to come out for some reason, but also I'm just not that satisfied with that amount of wobble. I can't help but feel like as soon as I put any weight in here, and that the intention is there will be weight, that it will just fall right off. So yeah, I've got to start again. These here are the new drawer runners that I brought off of Amazon, and you can see that they're quite a bit wider, but also just the quality of the steel that's being used. It's at least, I would say, twice as thick. So you can see just how much thicker the metal in the new drawer runner is to the Temu drawer runner, but also just how much nicer and smoother this is to pull in and out. It is hard to show on camera, but this one just feels cheaper and certainly a lot less premium compared to this, which just feels like it was made to hold heavy stuff. This is lovely. This cost me about £6 for a pair. These were £33 for a pair, so quite a lot more expensive. But once they're installed, I'm hoping I'm really going to notice the difference. I could now repeat the steps that I showed you previously to install these new, much more premium drawer runners, and then go ahead and slide the new drawers into place. And what a huge difference these ended up making. Honestly, if you are going to build yourself one of these drawer units, the drawer runners really are the star of the show, and the amount of money you invest in them will pay off in dividends. I chose to finish these off using the handles that I've used on the rest of the units, and I had enough spare plywood to make myself a lovely matching worktop. I also decided to install these kickboards at the back of each of the units and finished everything off with a couple of layers of teak oil. Now everything is said and done, I'm absolutely over the moon at how these worktops look, and they really have transformed my workshop into my dream space. Please do let me know what you think by leaving a comment down below. Hit like if you enjoyed the video and consider subscribing. And until next time, happy building.